Teaching children to be human. Break gender stereotypes. Don't let gender stereotypes imprison young souls. Hello everyone. Today I'd like to share a story that I believe any parent can relate to. It's about how we're unintentionally teaching our children things we sometimes don't even realize ourselves. This isn't a dry lecture, but rather real emotions and genuine concerns from my heart. A person who wants my child to grow up free, happy, and unbound by the stereotypes society unconsciously imposes. First, I want to highlight 3 key points that I deeply care about. 1. Gender stereotypes are creeping into every corner of Vietnam, from homes to schools and workplaces. 2. Our children, those pure, innocent souls, are being taught these stereotypes through the words and actions of adults. Through movies, books, and they absorb it all without even realizing it. 3. To change this, parents and families are the key to helping children develop a healthy perspective on gender and humanity. Alright, let's dive in, step by step, story by story, so it's easier for you to picture. Boys must be cool. Girls must be gentle? Hey everyone, have you ever walked into a toy store with your kid? I remember once taking my little boy shopping for toys. He toddled straight to the doll section, his eyes sparkling as he pointed at a pink doll. But right away, my husband, the dad, jumped in. No way. Boys don't play with pink dolls. I stood there, half amused, half heartbroken for my son, who just wanted to play with something he liked, only to be stopped by an adult instantly. In Vietnam, this isn't rare. In homes with boys, especially with some dads, there's this urge to teach them to be cool and manly. Short haircuts, rugged clothes, toys like cars and guns. If a boy dares to like pink or pick up a doll, you'll hear it right away. What kind of boy is that? And you know what? Those words, those actions, are quietly planting the idea in kids' minds that pink is weak or not for boys. Over time, they grow up thinking, men have to be like this, women have to be like that. I wonder, are we being too hard on our own kids? We're teaching kids stereotypes without realizing it. Let me share another angle. Have you noticed how, from the time they're tiny, we start molding our kids into boxes? Boys have to be tough, love fighting, love running around, crying or being sad is weak for a man. Girls have to be gentle, skillful, nurturing, sacrificial. I've seen moms in my neighborhood scold their daughters for being a bit rowdy. What kind of girl acts like a boy? It hurts to hear. Even textbooks. Have you paid attention? When my eldest was in 1st grade, I sat down to look at his books with him. The career illustrations seemed deliberately divided. Men as doctors, engineers, police officers, all prestigious, powerful jobs. Women as farmers, shopkeepers, caretakers. Kids see this, and it sinks in without anyone explaining. They grow up assuming housework is for moms, while dads handle the big career stuff. It makes me sad to think, why are kids fed these rigid ideas from such a young age? The seemingly harmless words of adults, the images on TV, in books, they're silently teaching our kids stereotypes. And the little ones, so innocent, soak it all up, believe it all. I'm genuinely worried. If this keeps up, will my child grow up with an open heart? Or just see others through the narrow lens adults have already drawn for them? Parents, the ones who can change everything. Here's a belief I hold dear. Only parents can shift the gender stereotypes in their kids' minds. Friends, our kids don't need us forcing them to act like a boy or act like a girl. They need to be themselves. To like what they like. To play with what they want. Pink isn't for girls. Thrill-seeking games aren't for boys. Those things don't define their gender, nor do they make them deviant. I think, so what if a boy plays with dolls? learns flower arranging or cooking? It's a way for them to learn love, to care for others, qualities everyone, regardless of gender, should have. Isn't a thoughtful, empathetic, caring man more admirable than someone straining to prove, I'm a man? True masculinity isn't in appearances or how they walk. It's in courage, confidence, and a generous spirit. Once, I saw my son snatch a toy from a girlfriend. I sat him down right away and talked to him. I said, "Sweetie, a friend is a friend. No matter if they're a boy or a girl. We share and respect them." I also teach him to help me pick veggies, wipe the table, choose his own clothes each day. I want him to know that no one, not even his parents, should decide for him. He's free to be himself. But he must also love and respect others. Friends, I believe if parents take the time to guide, to rethink our own views, our kids will grow up with a different perspective, one free of discrimination and stereotypes. They'll understand every gender deserves respect, and they don't need to strain to become someone adults expect. Dear friends, I've said a lot, but honestly, I just want to leave you with this. Let kids be kids. Don't let gender stereotypes, intentional or not, bind their pure souls. As parents, we have the power to change things, to help our kids grow with open hearts and free lives. I believe you want that too, right? Thanks for listening to my story.